All right, so I guess we have a playing test, and it's the chromatic scale from E, this low E, to G5, which I think is this one.
Oh, okay.
Not this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me hear what you've got.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
All right. I'm having, some notes are like sounding really airy, and I don't know if there's a leak. I don't remember.
Okay.
So just...
Yeah.
Do it here.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Also, this fingering chart is so confusing. I can't...
Yeah.
Is it from this perspective?
It's from that perspective.
It's really confusing.
So, low E would be this button and this button, but it is from that flip perspective.
That one?
Up one. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Down.
This one?
Yeah, the...
Chromatic?
Oh,
right?
yeah, that one, yeah.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
But this one is also an option?
Yes. This side.
Oh. See how similar that looks to that?
Yes.
It's just off to the side. I guess that's the difference.
That's not drawn out very well. Oh, beat. Watch these two fingers. Move these two fingers down just slightly.
These?
Yeah, they weren't quite covering the holes. There you go.
Sorry, it's fingerings really is what.
And then it's this side one. Yep,
This
that's
is
C sharp.
C sharp.
Yes.
Okay. And I wouldn't use this, right? Because then I'd have to use that pinky.
Yes.
And that would cause a blip.
Yes, precisely.
Okay. This one?
Perfect. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
So, good thing is you've got pretty decent setup with your embouchure. I didn't see, it doesn't look like you're curved out too much or like you're curving in. But I want to see exactly what kind of sound you'd get if you just take off this part and just blow air through it like you normally would, as if the rest of the clarinet was hooked onto it. So you get a sound like... That's great. Take in a little bit more mouthpiece. So put it farther in your mouth. It'll feel like a lot. Try it again. That's great. Also, your ligature seems a little bit low. This line right here is on both mouthpieces, on most mouthpieces, and so it's just a good bet to line it up right there. doing great. You weren't strangling your reed. That's also really good. Try it
What,
again.
like too tight?
Yeah, that's really good. Try it again. Wonderful. Don't worry about it being in tune. It's going to sound like that anyways.
Okay.
But you've got a great sound coming out of you. Kind of like with brass, if you can buzz on the mouthpiece, then you can play the rest of the horn. So I want Quake to point and move this just a teeny bit. Okay. So I want you to look in the mirror. And I want you to play a low G, which is thumb 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I want you to move up the scale chromatically.
Okay.
So G, G sharp, A, B flat. And I want you to pay close attention to your bottom 2 fingers.
Yeah, these are where all of my trouble comes from.
Yeah. So I notice when you're playing lower notes with all these buttons or any thing that has to do with these buttons, these bottom 2 fingers
move.
They're kind of positioned up here when they need to be lower. So start on a low E and go up chromatically, but I want you to pay close attention to these bottom fingers and make sure they're not moving.
Okay.
Oh, so right now, do you see there's a little bit of black space. You're not quite covering up the hole all the way. There you go. Great. And so I'm also noticing your index finger is kind of wanting to curve up like this. Make sure you're going right straight across. Perfect. Just like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I only want to hear just that much.
Okay.
Fantastic. So did you notice by the time you got to your F sharp, this finger had migrated just a little bit?
Yeah, I was like...
Yes,
yeah.
it's kind of moving up. And do I do it again in slow half notes? 1, 2, ready, and.
Oh, yeah, that's a half note, right?
It's a quarter. Ba,
there you go.
Da.
Did it move?
Yep. It's moving just a little bit. 1, ready, and.
Oh.
What I loved about that time was I could actively see your mind and your muscles fighting each other to not move.
I don't know why my fingers want to curl like that. I guess it's just normal.
But it was great for me to see because I could tell you were trying really hard to not let that third finger move necessarily. So what is your range on the clarinet right now? What's about the highest note you could comfortably play?
I don't really know.
Well, let's find out.
Okay.
Let's start on a G.
Which one?
This high one that you ended your chromatic on, and
Okay.
let's go up chromatically and stop right here.
Okay.
So this, yep. Great. So we found our limit. Perfect. I want to start right here again and go very slow.
On the G?
Yep. And go up chromatically and go very slow. So right now, before you even start playing, you feel where your pinky is all the way down here?
Oh, yeah, it needs to be over here.
Yeah. Let it hang out a little bit higher so that you're not actively searching.
Okay.
Oh. Just there you go.
It's all so close together. Sorry.
Wonderful. I want to hear your high C, which is that note that you ended on, but taking a little bit more mouthpiece and think E.